This is Carl at National RV Detroit, and I'm going to walk you through this 2021 Zinger model 328 SB. Okay, I'm on the door side of the trailer, moving towards the rear. Okay, so you have a pull-out cooktop. It pulls out like so. Now, close that up. There is an LP hose that you have to connect to the quick connect down here. You can see there's a female quick connect fitting there, hopefully. And so you have to plug it in there for it to, so you can get gas to it. You also have a dorm refrigerator, a sink and drain, obviously. Okay. And you have a power stabilizer jacks. So here there's a switch. This one switch does both rear jacks, and then there's one up at the front that does both front jacks. Okay. You don't lift the trailer with the jacks. You just got to take the wiggle out of it. Okay. And then this door here goes right into the bathroom. All right. The door up front goes into the living area. Now you have antenna out here and a plug if you want to use a TV set out here. You got a power awning. Okay. This is a black tank flush. So after you dump your black valve or your black tank, you'll leave the black valve open, hook a hose on here, and you can actually spray out the inside of your black tank. You would do that after you dump it, of course. This is a fill for your onboard water tank. So if you're going to a campground that does not have plumbing on the campsite, you can pre-fill your water tank and then just use the onboard pump to pump the water. So you can, even if you don't have city water, you still can use all the plumbing. All right. This down here is the dump valve. Let me see if I can get it in the monitor there. The dump valve for the freshwater tank. Okay. This is a range hood vent for the range hood fan. So it's the vent, and it has a baffle inside. You can see it'll flap freely. So when you're venting, you want it flapping freely. If you're not, you want it to be locked in place, especially when you're traveling. Okay, your stairs fold into the trailer, of course. You can adjust the legs independently of each other to adjust to the terrain if you need to. All right, there's the switch for your front stabilizer jacks. Your hitch, which will explain to you how it operates when you come to pick up your trailer. This is a Husky Centerline weight distribution hitch. So if you need to refresh your memory, you can just go online with your phone to their website, Husky Centerline, and watch their hitching videos also. It's just a way to get yourself out of trouble if you need to. Okay, so this right here is just a hookup for a solar battery charger. If you wanted to get a battery charger, solar panel, you can plug it in there. You got two LP tanks, of course. You got a power tongue jack. This is the kill switch for your battery. You can turn it on and off. That way you don't have to take a cable off, you just shut it off. Right? Okay. You have two slide outs on this side. Your 30 amp cord pulls right out of the side and is 30 feet long. The slide out's out right now. If you can see, it's marked here gray and black tank. Come around the side so you can see it. You can see those are the dump valves right there for it. You dump the black valve first. That's toilet water and waste. Then you're going to dump or pull the gray tank valve. So you dump that second because it's cleaner water than the black water. Like I said, the gray is sink and shower water, but the black is toilet water and waste. So you dump that first, then you do the gray. Okay, and like I said, on the other side there is a fill for your. Let me back off. There is a Santa flush, a connector that you would hook your hose up at the hose from the dump station to, turn it on and spray the inside of the black tank. Okay, went a long way to say that. Okay, these caps here are for your low points. This is winterized right now. Also this cap here is for, it goes right on here, and this is the cap to drain your water heater tank. Right now there's no water in the tank because it's winterized, right? You have the valves bypassed in the back. Keep in mind you have to push all the antifreeze out with clear water, and then you're going to switch the valves on the back of the water heater back into camping mode. So that has to be done before you can camp in it. This is runs on both gas and electric, and the switches to operate it are inside the trailer. I'll show you that when we get in there. Okay. This is just a outside shower, and this is your city water hookup. That's the hookup you're going to use most of the time. You're just going to pull up to your campsite, hook up the hose, turn it on, and your trailer is all ready to go. If you don't have that, you can pre-fill your tank, like I said, and use the onboard pump. Alright, so while we're looking up, this housing there tells us this is pre-wired for a backup camera. So if you wanted to get one, it takes a Furrion camera that fits in that housing. Also, while we're looking up here, I'd like to remind you that you have to inspect the roof of the trailer every 90 days or so, 3 times a season. You're just looking for cracking or separation or damage, so it's important that you get up there or send somebody up there to inspect. And if you do see some cracking or separation or anything that needs to be maintained, you have maintenance done on it. So, but if you don't inspect it, you're not going to know whether you need it or not. So it's very important that you get up there and look around every 90 days. Once in the spring, once in the middle of the summer, once in the fall. Okay, it's nice and warm in here. Okay, get my shoes cleaned off here. Okay, so you got 2 remotes here. This remote here, get in front of the camera, is for your electric heater. This runs on 110 AC. Turn it on and off, obviously. You can adjust the flame up and down like that. It's got a thermostat, it's got a timer, and a 2-speed fan, low and high and off. So there's a lot you can do with it. This is your sound bar here, and this is the remote for it here. Okay. This you can stream USB. You can hook up with Bluetooth and stream off your phone or tablet. You can put it right into your TV. There's a mounting plate behind here, so you can put a bracket on and hang your TV there. So you'd want the kind that folds out towards the couch. It's best to get the type that is a little bit more money, but if you get the type that locks into place, that's the best way to go. Otherwise, you have to use straps to hold it into place, and it's much easier just to push it in there and lock it into place. Also, there's 2 speaker zones here, A and B. A is inside, B is outside. Okay. All right. While I'm standing here, this is important to know here. Let's see, we're not focusing here. What's wrong? There we go. Right now this is on fireplace, but if I want to use the air conditioner, I would flip it up, right? You can't run the air conditioner and the fireplace at the same time. You have to select either or right here. Okay. This is your control panel. So your power awning is right here, in and out. Never leave the awning out unattended. Always bring it in when you're leaving the campsite. Slide out number 1, which is this one here, in and out. That is number 2. Your battery is charged. Fresh water tank is empty. Black water tank is empty. Gray water, so on and so forth. As it fills, it'll graduate up in 1/3 increments. So once you get past 2/3 or so, you know you should be dumping your tank soon. Okay. So the water heater on gas, you light like that. On electricity, you go like that. Always make sure there's water in the water tank before you turn on the electricity, for example, or else it'll burn out the element. So, like I stated, you have to put the water heater in camping mode and fill up the tank before you light it, okay, or turn on any energy. Alright, these are just lights here. Okay? Alrighty. So, it's obviously your microwave, works like any other microwave. This is the vent range hood that I told you that goes to the vent on the wall, so you can hear it go on there. So it does vent to the outside. Just remember what I said about the baffle. Open it so it flaps freely when you're doing that. Okay? Alright. Your range. Let's see what kind we've got here. Okay. So this is the sparker. It goes clockwise to spark it like so. So you turn it on and you light it just like that. You got a knob for each of the 3 burners. Then you've got the oven knob, right? Now down below at the bottom, all the way in the back, is a pilot light. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to pilot light here, depress it, and keep it depressed. Then with the other hand, you'll spark this until your pilot light lights. Once it lights, you still hold this in for another 10 seconds or so to heat it up. You go to operating temperature. It cycles on and off as an oven does. But when you shut it off, the flame goes out, obviously, but so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you, excuse me, each time you use the oven. Okay, this device here is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. It always should be green like that. There's a button on it to self-test it. If you ever choose to, you can just push it. But it should always be green like that. If not, you get it serviced. This device here is your power converter. So it converts 110 AC over to 12 volt DC. So, excuse me. These circuit breakers are regular household type circuit breakers and they're all labeled. Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC. These are 110 AC. It goes to 12 volt DC here, and you have fuses, 12 volt fuses, and they're all marked. So that's where the 12 volt comes from. It also charges your battery when you're plugged in. But this has a feature that this plastic is just tinted right here, if you can see that. So if those fuses will light up if they blow. So if any fuse blows, you'll see it glowing behind here and you'll know. Okay. Alright, the refrigerator is very simple. It's just on and off. Set the temperature. It's very basic. It's been around for a long time. It's a good refrigerator. Okay. Alright, so the thermostat is just analog thermostat. You're generally going to have it on auto right there. You go to heat, off, fan, and cool. Cool is obviously the air conditioner. Fan is just the air conditioner running without the compressor. It just circulates air. Right now it's on heat, of course. Although I am going to shut this off because it's getting kind of warm. Okay, so your couch jackknifes flat. Turns into a bed. You just grab it at the front of the cushion and pull it down. This can fold down, and the tabletop can sit on these cleats that go all the way around. And then you can use the back cushion to fill in the space, and you've got another bed. All right. Got a big bunk room with 4 bunks, right? But this one can fold up. You probably know this, but you can fold it up, as you can see, and lock it into place. Plus, you can jackknife this flat to turn it into a bed also, the couch. So you can use it either or. And of course, you have your hook up here for your TV. And right up there you see your antenna and your power. Okay. Nice. The bathroom works like any other bathroom. There's nothing unique about it. Except if you haven't used RV toilets before, you need to know that you have to have water in the black tank. The black tank is directly below. So if I step on this pedal, that's the black tank down there. So, once you get to the campground, you plug the trailer in, you hook up the water, then you'll come in here and you'll stand on the pedal, and because we're hooked to water, it'll come swirling out and go down the drain and start to fill the black tank up. You're going to put about a gallon or so of water, 2 gallons, it doesn't really matter, just you have to have some water in there before you start using it. So anytime you're starting with a dry black tank, you got to add water before you start using the toilet. That's important. Alright, let's see here. This has a fan over the shower. Always run the fan with the shower to pull the humidity out. You don't want to, you don't want to get mold or mildew. Alright. Turn this here. Ouch. Okay. Alright, so I think I've pretty much covered everything. Let me go in the front bedroom. See if there's anything there. The escape window is pretty self-explanatory, but I'll go through it anyway. You can use it as a regular window if you want, just by locking it right there. You got the screen here, obviously. But if you need to escape, you'll push this all the way through. Then you'll grab a hold of this red tab and pull the screen out, and then you can just roll out the window that way and escape in an emergency. Okay. You have some storage under the bed. There's a backer plate here. Let me get a focus on it. There's a backer plate right here, and power and antenna up there. So you can watch TV in the bedroom. Okay. Let me look around and see if I forgot anything. I think that's how it covers it. Okay. One thing to know, these blinds, they just go up and down like so. If they ever get too loose where they won't stay in place, and let's say you're traveling out west somewhere, you don't have to go get service or anything. All you do is tighten this a little bit. So you would pull this through. Wait a minute, let me get the camera out. You would pull this through, tie another knot into it to make this a little tighter, and that's all you have to do, and it'll be harder to, the tighter that is, the harder it is to move it up and down. You just don't want to go so tight that you break it, but if it starts sliding down on its own, that's all you need to do is tighten it a bit. Okay, alright. Okay, well, thank you very much for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. And remember what I said about roof maintenance. You want to inspect your roof every 90 days or so. Sometime when you go up there, it could be years, you just don't know. But when you go up there, you're going to see that it needs some touch-up. So make sure you take care of that. And it'll be nice and dry out in here forever. So, okay, thank you very much.